Hello, this is Greg Hannon from GospelMusicUniversity.com, and we're going to examine a few chord progressions, some phenomenal progressions, uh, using the sus chords. And I had another request from one of my Facebook students. So if you have any song requests or any progressions that you try to learn from a song, just post the YouTube video link on my wall, and I'll examine that and I'll turn it into a lesson for you. This is about musicians helping musicians, trying to get you to understand and hear what I hear. So let's take a look at the introduction and the changes in the chords and the progressions that are used to the song "He's Worthy" by Youthful Praise. And the sus chords are a common staple in gospel and pop and R&B. Sus chords are very, 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 very central. And just let's just talk about just in general what a sus chord is. And we're going to look at the sus chord maybe in the key of C major. A sus chord is no more than uh, the harmonic intervals of a one based on the major scale, a one, a four, and a five. So you got a one, you got a four, and you got a five. And that's the formula for a sus chord in root position. But the theory of it is if we take a major triad in the key of C, this is a C triad, a 1, 3, and 5 C, E, G. The term sus is short, abbreviated for suspended. It means to omit the third of the chord. In this case, omit the third, which is E, and play the fourth instead. So you get this particular sound. It's kind of a sound that's kind of suspended, and it sounds like it wants to resolve to something. So in every suspension, suspended chord always wants to resolve something. In this case, this F wants to resolve to the E. It sounds like it's final. So it's kind of a suspended type sound. And that's the theory and the formula behind the suspended chord. So if I was to practice those, I mean, a good way to do it, you got the C suspended, and then you got the C major chord, okay? And then D flat suspended, then D flat major. D suspended and D flat major. So that's a good chord to practice in all the keys because you're going to need these as you progress in your gospel music studies because this is a chord that's commonly used. And some other voices that are popular again here. This particular voice is popular. I'm just taking taking this inversion and I'm just inverting the chord up here where the C is on top. And then it also resolves. So that's an exercise just to learn them in all the keys. You want to build your arsenal of tools. You want to get started learning the tools first because we don't want to wait until we have to learn the song and we're given a CD and we're trying to transcribe it and we don't have any idea what the sound is. We get the sound in our ear. We learn to hear the sus chord. We listen to the sus chord and we apply it and we learn it. So when it comes up again, we already know it. We'll hear it. We don't have to practice it. So let's take a look. Listen to this introduction right quick. Hold on one second. Here we go. Let me start from the beginning. All those are sus chords. Three more. Okay. So this is part of the introduction that a student of mine actually requested, and I'm getting this lesson out available for you. So here we go again. Let's talk about what's going on. Now, this particular song is in the key of F. Again, you first listen and determine the key of the song, but it's an F. So all of the sus chords that are being used are played over an F. And then, we call this a pedal tone. Anytime you got one root note that's sustained through a series of chords, we call it a pedal tone because it's like on the keyboard, if you hold down the pedal, and then you're playing chords over the pedal, it creates this effect, and we call that a pedal tone. So we got this F in the root, and we're playing a series of sus chords. And let me tell you what sus chords we're playing, okay? First, right here, we got an A flat sus chord. Okay, so let me change the key on this right quick too while I'm thinking about it. So we got an A flat sus chord on the first one, and the second time we got a B flat sus chord. Then third one is an F sus chord. So we got an A flat sus with an F in the root, B flat sus, still with an F in the root, then this F sus chord with an F in the root. So the rhythm is, and you can look at the wall, and I actually posted the chord names out there for you. So just to get a quick look, copy them down from the screen. First one, second chord. So we do that over the F tone, that F. Then the next one we go down to the E flat in the root, but we play the same three chords. The same A flat sus over E flat, that B flat sus over E flat, and the F sus on the B flat. Then we go down to D in the root, and then we change it. We go to a C sus, up to an E flat sus, to a B flat sus, and then we come down on an C minor 7 chord. And a C minor 7 is nothing more than an E flat triad with a C in the root. Okay, so again, all together. Okay, so we take that portion of the song, and let's listen to the very next part of the song. It does another melodic lick right after the second time. Again, listen. Now one more listen. And when you get a long line, a long melodic line that are just single melody notes, and it's a series of them running really fast in 16-note patterns, you have to literally listen to that little segment over and over and over again, and work on one note at a time. Try to find the start note, then try to find the first and second note, the first, second, and third note, the first, second, third, and fourth note, the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and you begin to link all those together, trying to hear them, because when they're running that fast, they're really going fast. So you got to really replay that segment of the CD over and over again to begin to transcribe that much information. So so let me break that down for you. Anytime you got a long melodic line, or a jazz phrase, or a jazz lick, or a long run, or some kind of scalar pattern, you have to literally try to isolate every single note, and they're going by really fast, so you have to listen to maybe a couple of notes at a time. For instance, if I was listening to this, I would probably so that's just part of that da 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 da. So just take a few of them at a time. The first, like I said, maybe the first three. Let's listen to this. So because you can't, the ear can't digest all of that, because there's a lot of information, because you'll lose your tonal center. So let me break that down for you. Okay. And I'll break it down for you and catch the notes on the screen. Again. So, and you have to practice that really, 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 really slow. Did I tell you you have to practice that real slow? That's a lot of information. And you want it to come across really, really precise and clean and detailed. So, this is where really classical training comes into play, because the technique, where your fingers are supposed to be placed, what finger goes on what note, to be able to do a line, what fingers am I using in the right hand? 1, 3, 5, 1. Same next chord. So I look at these as chords. This right here is actually a part of this lick. It's a broken B major 7 chord, then a broken D flat major 7 chord. So again. Again. And it's kind of hard to play it slow because you don't really hear the rhythm. So again. And when you're practicing it, this is probably how slow you want to practice. So I'm starting with finger number 1, my thumb right here. Finger number 2, finger number 3, then 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4. Then 4 again. 4, 3, 2. Excuse me. 4, 3, 2. 1, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3. 5, 1, 2, 3, 5. So those are the finger numbers. If you want to write those down and go back and listen to that again, because you really got to have accurate fingering on this, because you can't just play this with 2 or 3 fingers. You got to use your whole hand, and this is what classical training really teach: finger independence techniques, those Hannon exercises. If you have problems with playing your music where it's clean and crisp, precise, sometimes you play it and then the next time it kind of blows up on you. Technique and fingering allows you the ability to play it accurately and clean every single time without having a whole lot of mistakes. So again, then it comes down on that chord, okay? So that's the whole song. So a great introduction. Here again, outside the box thinking. You can take this concept then you go straight to something else. So it's a great introduction if you just want to do something extra special. Use the introduction on any song that's kind of up-tempo, that's in the key of F, because you can start this intro off and then go right into your song. I mean, whatever it may be, you know, it's a great introduction. You don't have to necessarily use a piano sound. You can definitely use the brass sound. In this case, it does call for the brass, but you can definitely use any sound you want to on it. You know, sound like the progressive jazz, don't it? Like McCoy Tyner, some one of those cats. Okay, and so you kind of got that. So you got that sound. So you definitely want to use that. And then once you get to that, then you can go to that last 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So if there's any song that's in the key of F, you know, use this introduction, you know, give your, do something different with the music. Don't just play something simple. Use this, I mean, great build up. You got a dramatic part going in the pastor's message. Think outside the box. You can play with these chords, change the rhythm. Use it for preaching chords. So it will lead you to anything that's in the key of F. So definitely have fun with it. Think outside the box. Don't just use these ideas just for this application. Spread it across. Add it to your vocabulary. Learn all your sus chords and all 12 keys. The contemporary chord finding learning system, you can learn all the sus chords, because all the most popular chords in contemporary music are in the contemporary chord finding learning system. Until next time, if they say you had to be gifted to play gospel music, evidently they don't know my secret. This is Greg Hannon with more tips, tricks, and more from gospelmusicuniversity.com.